Hello everyone. Welcome to English Tutorials by Poonam Thakur on CBSE English Core for Class 12th. I hope you have already watched my previous video on the poem My Mother at 66 by Kamla Das, where I have covered explanation, poetic devices, and new words. In this video, I will cover questions and answers and reference to the context questions related to the poem My Mother at 66. I hope you will enjoy this session. Dear students, let's discuss the main points of the poem first, and then I will cover the important questions and answers. The poet was traveling in a car along with her mother to the Cochin airport. She compares the ashen face of her mother to a dead body and suddenly realizes that her mother has grown old and will finally die, leaving her alone in this world. This thought is painful to her, so to divert her mind, she looks out of the window of the car. She sees the young trees sprinting and the happy children coming out of their homes. They symbolize the spring of life, its strength, youth, energy, happiness, and present a sharp contrast to the pale, worn out face of poet's mother who is sleeping beside her. The dull face of her mother reminds her of the late winter's moon and troubles her once again of losing her mother. At last, she bids goodbye to her mother with a smile and without revealing her feelings and fear of separation. Let's take textual questions now. Think it out. Question number one. What is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels? Answer. The emotional pain and ache that the poet feels is due to the realization that her mother has grown old and has become frail and pale like a corpse. Such thoughts make her recollect her childhood fear and anxiety of losing her mother. The idea of getting separated from her mother upsets her. She is afraid of the fact that she may not see her mother alive next time. Question number two. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? Answer. While driving to the airport in an effort to distract herself from the thoughts of her aging mother, the poet looks at the young trees sprinting. The trees seem to be running past the moving car. The sprinting of the trees symbolizes the rapidly passing years of human life from childhood to old age. This image, which shows activity and strength, is contrasted with that of her old, weak mother who seems latent, sleeping in the car. The young trees represent life in contrast to her mother's approaching death. Question number three. Why has the poet brought in the image of the merry children spilling out of their homes? Answer. The poet sees merry children spilling out of their homes when she looks out of the car. The image presents a sharp contrast to the poet's old and dozing mother. Both the images are symbolic of aging and decay. The children symbolize the beginning of life, and the mother's pale and ashen face symbolizes her imminent death. The active and zealful lives of the children are contrasted with the passive and inactive life of the aged mother. Question number 4. Why has the mother been compared to the late winter's moon? Answer. The poet has compared her mother to the late winter's moon to convey the idea of her old age. The winter is a traditional symbol of death, and moon, particularly the pale one, is associated with decay. With the growing age, the poet's mother has started losing all her vitality and radiance. The poet uses the simile of late winter's moon for her mother to indicate her approaching death. Winter, being the last season of the year, is synonymous with the lifelessness and dormancy. A winter's moon is also pale white in color, bearing close resemblance with her mother, who, having lost all her strength and beauty, looks worn and pale to the poet. Question number 5. What do the parting words of the poet and her smile signify? Answer. The poet's parting words, "See you soon, Amma," signify both a farewell to her mother and an effort to leave her with optimism and cheer. Both the words and the smile not only hide her anxiety and fear about her mother's rather frail health, but also a faint hope that the old woman would survive long enough for the two to meet again. They also enable the poet to empathize with the sense of isolation faced by her mother in the old age. Her smile signifies her helplessness at the face of her mother's inevitable death. They express her love and concern for her mother, along with the underlying pain and struggle that she undergoes in coming to the terms with this bitter realization. Now let's take short answer type questions, reference to the context, and they are really important as far as board examinations are concerned. Let's take Sandha first. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Question number one. Name the poem and the poet. So we all know that the name of the poem is My Mother at 66 and poet is Kamla Das. Question number two. Where was the poet going? Answer. The poet was driving from her parents' home to Cochin airport. Question number three. What was her mother doing? Answer. Her mother was sleeping beside poet with her mouth open and she looked almost like a corpse. Question number four. Who is I in the above paragraph? Answer. I here refers to the poet, that is Kamla Das. And looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. Question number one. What did the poet realize? Answer. She realized that her mother had grown old and looked pale and lifeless like a dead body. Question number two. What did she do then? Answer. She started looking out in order to divert her own attention to something else, as she wanted to drive away the sad and gloomy thoughts of her mother. Question number three. What does her gesture suggest? Answer. She wanted to drive away her helplessness in the wake of her mother's aging and approaching death. Question number four. What did she see outside the window of the car? Answer. She saw young trees moving fast as if they were spinning and also saw young children happily running out of their homes to play. I have taken another important stanza or lines you can say from the poem. I looked again at her wan pale as a late winter's moon and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. Question number one. Explain wan pale as a late winter's moon. Answer. The poet has used simile to compare the mother's pale and withered face with the late winter's moon. The moon seems to lose its brightness in the winter season as it is veiled behind the fog and mist. The mother's face also seemed to have lost its radiance, which was now misted by age. Question number two. What does the phrase familiar ache means? Answer. The familiar ache refers to poet's painful realization that her mother has grown old and would not be alive for long. It is an ache of helplessness. Question number three. Why did the poet say, see you soon, Amma? Answer. The poet says this to reassure her mother that she would see her soon. After the pain, there is a mood of acceptance of reality. Question number four. Why did the poet only smile? Answer. The poet tries to put up a brave front in order to hide her true feelings of pain at seeing the old and frail mother. Also, she wanted to bid a cheerful farewell to her mother before boarding the flight. Dear students, I hope that I have explained everything and you have understood the poem, poetic devices, and question answers in better way. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe to English Tutorials by Poonam Thakur.